So let's export our animation. First off, make sure the work area bar has been shortened to just where the action is. If it loops, great, but you definitely don't want to be a 30-second animation, especially for the GIF we're going to do first. First of all, I got my focus down here, File, Export, and Add to Adobe Media Encoder. You can see the job here, and right now the last thing I exported was the video version. If you click on it, it will open up the options, and one of the things that we want to do is change the name. Put today's date and your name on it. It probably already has the name of your file since you imported it and that was your composition. This was my composition name, so I am making sure my name is on it as well. You'll notice that it's going into a special AME folder. So I am going to call this my B version since I already have one there. And that's basically all you have to do. If you want to use maximum quality, you can do that too. Now I want to make a GIF as well. So I'm going to right click on this and just duplicate it. So now it's making two videos. One has a slightly different name. This is where we're going to change it. Don't just click the down arrow and choose animated GIF. Go ahead and click on the blue link because we need to do one big change after doing animated GIF. Don't get confused with the GIF down here. That's just a single picture. It's the size. GIFs cannot be this big and still be effective. So we're going to uncheck that box to turn these blue so I can make a change. 400 is a good average number, still a fair sized GIF, so you can see some detail. You can make it smaller and it'll be even faster to send via text. I would use maximum render quality, and one more thing, if you are not using an outer glow or a drop shadow, then a hard edge is probably better for your animation. The dithered has little speckles around the edges that don't look quite as nice, depending on what kind of animation you have. When I click OK, both jobs are now ready to go. This one is going to be named GIF, this one's MP4. When I click play, it's creating both of those files right now. The video happens very quickly. The GIF takes just a little bit longer, probably because of all the transparency. If we click here, it'll take us to that folder. We can see the animated GIF. By double clicking on it, it'll be small like this, and it will loop all on its own. If it's the video version, which is this one right here, if I double click, it's going to play that full-sized video. You will notice that since I have black on this monster, it's a little bit harder to see. But I want to make sure that you've got your animated GIF without that background first. The big change that we would do here would be replace this transparent background with something that's lighter. I can show you how that worked here on my full animation. So this is the longer video version, and I've added an orange solid here and put a gradient on it. Layer, new, solid. It's really all you need to do. If you just fill it with white, it'll look like what it did originally, and you put that down at the bottom. So this is what I would export as an MP4. Again, you could do that here as well. Just make sure that you hide that layer whenever you do your animated GIF. Again, it's layer, new, solid, and you can choose any color. For this, it would need to be something lighter. And again, put it at the bottom. So if it's an animated GIF, you hide that. If you're making the video version, you can reveal it.